not a good sign. Can't really picture what's going on, and I think that's what's troubling me. The chapter before that, I'm pretty sure that I know what's going on. I say that right now, but then it could be completely different. I saw the last two words. Guys, this book is taking me forever to get into it. I'm only on chapter 11, page 62. This is Ray's perspective. I don't know if it's the writing style or what, but my brain is having a hard time just like reading it. I don't understand. I can't picture where these characters are. I can't picture the places, what they're looking like, what their surrounding looks like, what they're looking at. I can't picture anything, and that is really hard. I struggled with this with When the Moon Hatched too. I'm really struggling, but I'm still going to try to read it so that we can have a reading vlog of it, and we'll see how it goes. But as of right now, it's been 3 days since I started this, and I'm only on page 62, and that's not a good sign because I'm not even at 100 pages yet. I've been choosing to pick up my Kindle or this. Either one of these I'm picking up over this. That's not a good sign. Anyways, I am uploading my reading vlog of Broken Dove, Stolen Midnights, and Rites of the Starling to go up tomorrow. And then I need to take off my makeup and really try to lock in. I don't know though, especially since it is already almost 11. But Sawyer is still sleeping, so that's good. But I am just by myself this weekend. It's Saturday night, so really only one night just by myself because Scott is at a bachelor party. So just me tonight, which means just me having to get up with him all the times that he wakes up. I'm honestly surprised that he hasn't woken up yet. We've been putting the thermostat cooler and covering him up more, so maybe the cool air and being warmer helps, because before we had it warmer in here and just wasn't really covering him as much. But I guess you sleep better when you're cold air, warm body. I don't really know. I sleep better like that. Why wouldn't he? Anyways, get ready for bed and pick this up. But honestly, I'm gonna let you know. If I'm not in it, I'm probably going to pick up my Kindle or watch something on YouTube. Just being completely honest. We'll see how it goes tonight, but don't think it'll be very promising. Also found my camera cover. Anyways, I am procrastinating so hard reading this book. I should be reading it right now while this is going, but it's done exporting, so I'm gonna go do that. See, I don't know how to feel about this book yet. I'm still not really enjoying the book. I'm hopefully going to be getting more into it now that we've reached the 100-page mark. We'll see. It is kind of confusing to picture still. Like, I'm not immersed, I guess. I don't really know. Can't really picture what's going on, and I think that's what's troubling me, because this is like supposed to be a really in-depth fantasy. I'm hoping the next 100 pages will be easier to read. Chapter 20, I do like that we are getting different POVs. I was really confused about Kane's second in command POV. Like, what's the point of that? TBD on that, I guess. And I don't know. I'm just struggling to read it because I just want to be reading on my Kindle. I'm reading Reminders of Him finally. But yeah, I'm struggling to really dive into it and get into it and want to pick up the book. I'm really only picking it up because I know that I need to read it for this video. We'll see how it goes, but not all that super interesting to me right now, so time to lock in, and hopefully things start picking up and getting more interesting for me. We'll see. I have finally reached page 200 of this book. It's been such slow going, I don't know what the struggle is to get into this series. I mean, I'm one book in already. This is the second one. But like, why is it so hard to get into the book? 100 pages in, I was like, I'm still struggling. 200 pages in, I finally feel like I can continue, and there's some stuff going on that I'm interested in. Trying not to spoil anything. So anyways, whatever's happening with Leary is finally a little interesting, and I don't really know what much to say. I would say it's been kind of boring because nothing has happened really since the stuff with Leary happened. I don't know. It's very lyrical and very poetic writing, I would say. So maybe all of that and the fact that not a whole bunch is happening is making it harder to get into this. Which makes me kind of worried because I just went to Barnes & Noble and I got these 3 books. So all of those books have beautiful sprayed edges. And 2 of those, the blue and the purple one, are from the same author. So I'm a little worried about it. And I didn't realize that it was the same author. So we'll see. But I am excited about The Night and the Moth. So we'll see how the rest of the book goes. I put it in Goodreads and Fable, the page count that I was at. And it only said like 31% through. Yeah, only 31% through. That's crazy. I also got a new phone case, but I thought it'd be cute with my rose gold. But anyways, this does not look like 31% to me. That looks like 40 something. It's on, what, page 220. I read a little bit more in bed last night and got to page 220. Chapter 41. And if you know that, the chapter before that was something skippable. So we shall continue forward. I want to see how many pages there are. 540 is the acknowledgements. So 537 pages. I'm surprised that my eyes didn't look to the words at all. I feel like it has been such a long time since I started this book. Let's see when I wrote in that I started it. The 10th. So it's been like 15 days now. But I've read a couple other things and I finished those. So now I really need to lock in and finish this one so that this can go up. But their love story is great. The fantasy part of it, I'm like, what are we doing? I like that the powers, I guess, is from the 4 different gods, I think they're called. And it's, I need to remember or go to the glossary. There was something else that I had to go to the glossary for. Okay, so Ignos, fire, rain, water, cloud, air, boulder, ground. So it's really cool, the boulder ability, because you literally just carve out exactly the house that you want to look like. And that's what he did in the first one to make the house for him. So I think that was really interesting, all of that. And then Claude is coming into it a little bit. And then also Ignos, you see a little bit. In how it's described, they're like actual people that are helping, but they're not like physical people. But Ignos, it's like his maw stretched open and like a fire emits out of it or something like that. Or Claude blows on me, some like stuff like that, where it's like they're physically there helping them. So anyways, I think the whole powers and everything is really cool. They're like, they've got like beads or whatever in their ear to signify who they can hear. Because basically the whole thing, I don't know if I even described this, but if you can hear one of the gods, you can do their ability basically. If you learn how to say their language, I guess, or their words, how to pronounce them. So anyways, all of that is interesting. I really like the dragons and everything. I feel like they are really coming into play in this book. In the last book, When the Moon Hatched, they like hardly did. So that's what I was expecting in the first one, all about the dragons and them being like really in it, but I think I'm getting that with this one. So I think I'm gonna like this one a little bit more. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm starting to enjoy it a little more. And I'll catch you on page 300 and see if my thoughts are still getting better about it. I don't know. Okay, I made it to page 300, finally. I am now on chapter 59, page 311. So I feel like I'm really getting into it now. There's stuff that's happening that's more interesting than what was happening, and I feel like I can really get into it now. So it's finally picking up. That far into it, so it better be picking up. More than halfway through. Hopefully things stay going up. I had all these high expectations for When the Moon Hatched as well, but it simply didn't pan out the way that I was thinking it would. So anyways, page 300 I'm liking a little bit more because stuff is happening, and I really do like that we are seeing more of the dragons and stuff like that, and like breeding grounds and hutches, I guess they're called. The weird part is the other. I'm pretty sure that I know what's going on. I say that right now, but then it could be completely different by the end of the day. Anyways, I don't know, but I'm liking it a little bit more than I was at the 50% mark. Actually, I don't even know if I was 50% in. It looked 50% in, but I think it said only like 41% or 30 something percent. I don't really know. But anyways, hopefully things keep looking up, and I'll catch you probably at 400, which doesn't seem that far away actually. 300 to 400 is this much. So we'll see how it looks then, but I have better feelings about it now. Guys, I finally made it to page 400. Chapter 75 is where I'm at right now, and something just happened with Rave. I don't know how that's going to work out, and then also I don't know how everything is going to work out with Con either. I don't know, but I did make my coffee in an old salsa jar. I didn't have ice, so this sat in the fridge for a little bit, but I just brewed over my cookie butter syrup, then put my sweet cream and milk in and stuck it in the fridge. It's not cold, but it's delicious. Anyways, I feel like this is getting more interesting. And also I figured out what was going on with my Goodreads and Fable, whatever, because I was more than halfway through the book, but it was saying I was only like 30 or 40% through. So I fixed the page count number, and let's see how far I am now. Oh, I gotta do 76% through. It's going better, and I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow, I think. I want to get a lot done today, at least half of the rest of this, and then finish it by Thursday, and I can edit and upload this video ready for Sunday. That's the plan. We're hoping it goes that way, but we will see. And you guys will also get a little sneak peek of the book room situation. I'm gonna go down and read down there for a little bit. I'm gonna bring Cece down. She's gonna play in her car and her animals, and it's gonna be a fun time. Let's head down there and read. Finished it. I didn't cry at all, so that I kind of expected. The end I was not expecting, though when I was looking for page numbers, I saw the last two words. And if you've read the book, you know what that is. And then also the epilogue. Very interesting, because I feel like that will be the whole premise for the third book. And somehow the last two words will come into play in the third book as well. I'm not 100% sure how that happened, but it did. The moon's falling and everything, I thought was going to be more catastrophic and everything. I am glad how things ended, though I didn't cry at all. I don't know. I don't feel 100% connected to the characters, and I think that's why. But if you are connected to the characters, you would definitely be crying, or if you're deeply emotional, you would probably cry. So there is that. I don't really know what else to say about it because obviously it's the second book in the series and I can't really explain anything about it. There are some aspects of it that I wish I could have seen more of, and there are a lot of questions unanswered, like the whole scene with Khan close to the end, if you know what I mean. So yeah. If you loved When the Moon Hatched, you will love The Ballad of Falling Dragons, and I'm excited to read her other books. I have To Bleed a Crystal Bloom and To Snap a Silver Stem by her that I'm planning on reading and doing a reading vlog for, like reading books with sprayed edges. So we'll see about that later on, but this was a good book. I will say it wasn't 100% interesting to me. I did start this a long time ago, June 10th, and it is now the 2nd of July, so almost a month reading this, and I definitely didn't want to be spending so much time on it, and I think the only reason why I had the motivation to finish it was I was doing this reading vlog. So I am excited to get this reading vlog out, and I wish I could say more about it, but I really don't want to be spoiling anything. Again, if you want spoilers, go looking for them yourself. I'm never going to be giving you any spoilers unless it's purposely a vlog that goes in depth, and I will say full spoiler on the title of everything. Even my wrap-ups and TBR videos and stuff like that, I don't give spoilers. So if you're ever worried about that, I'm not going to be giving you any spoilers. Anything I do say will be written in the synopsis, and even then I don't always say everything. There's that. But I hope you enjoyed watching me read. I definitely struggled through it, and the first 100 pages was definitely a struggle. The first 200 pages a struggle, but then it got better as more stuff was happening and it got a little bit more interesting with that. I wish we could have seen a little bit more with other characters, but I'm sure we'll be seeing that in the third book. I'm not sure when the third book is releasing or if she's even announced anything with it, but that is all for Ballad of Falling Dragons, and I hope you enjoy it much more than I did, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because there are much more fun reading vlogs to come, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.